So here's Clermont, Florida on the map, right next to Mineola, Florida, right in between the two lakes with Lake Mineola to the north of it. And Clermont is located to the west of Orlando in the entire Orlando metro. And it's located to the south of essentially Ocala to the northwest of Clermont. And then Clermont is located to the north of Davenport, which is straight down Highway 27. And Clermont is located to the northeast of Tampa as well. And then it's pretty much located right in the middle of the state of Florida. And then taking a closer look at Clermont, Clermont has a few different hubs. The main hub is the downtown area where there's quite a few different restaurants and different things to do around that area. This is also the area where they have farmers markets, and those are every Sunday, and those are really great. And then not too far from the downtown Clermont area, there is also Lake Mineola, which has a lot to do and offer. There's beachfront on Lake Mineola with the waterfront park, and there's also waterfront restaurants and a trail that you can walk around Lake Mineola as well. And there's a lot that you can do on Lake Mineola, and then that is within walking distance of the downtown Clermont area as well. So basically those two areas are both really cool. And then Clermont does expand down further south. There are different stores and restaurants throughout the rest of Clermont as well, but that is the major hub essentially. But it does expand further down along US 27, and Clermont does have really beautiful hills and scenery all throughout this area. So it is a really beautiful area, definitely worth the visit if you haven't been there yet. Looking at drive times, if you're looking at a drive from Clermont to the Orlando area, you're looking at anywhere between a 30-minute drive all the way up to an hour-and-a-half drive if you're looking in the busier parts and times of day to drive straight across over to Orlando, taking Highway 50. That can be quite a busy drive of people coming from Clermont, where many people live in Clermont and Mineola, driving across and working in Orlando. So if that's a regular commute you're going to do, the traffic can be pretty bad as far as that goes. And you know, even if you go around, it can be a similar drive time going down from Highway 27 and then cutting across and taking I-4, going all the way up, taking the long way around. That can be similar drive times as going just straight across to Orlando. So some of the drive times can be worse. It's not as bad if you're going down to Epcot or the other theme parks in Disney. It can be about a 30-minute to a 50-minute drive. Still a decent drive time for a longer drive, but it's a little bit less of a range. It's not too bad as far as getting down to the Disney theme parks, and this will get better as new roads open up and those developments finish up as far as getting down from Clermont and Mineola. But it's still a decent drive down, but closer than many other areas in Central Florida. And if you're going to the beach, that can be anywhere from an hour-and-a-half to 2-hour drive to even further if you're going to further away beaches. But if you're going up to Daytona Beach, that's what you can expect in the busier times of day, about an hour-and-a-half to 2-hour drive. Of course, there are lakefront beaches right in Clermont, but if you're looking for ocean beaches, those are going to be further away on both sides of the state because it is right in the middle of the state. But the nice thing is, with it being in the middle of the state, you can go either way for a sunset or sunrise, and that's a pretty quick, reasonable day trip to either side of the state from Clermont or anywhere in Central Florida. So those are the drive times for Clermont. Now to break down the map as far as what's for sale and the different price points. So there are quite quite a few different price points for Clermont. For under $250,000, here's what you can expect. It's decently spread out throughout Clermont, where there are some more affordable options. There are a little bit of pockets more towards the downtown area. There are some options, and then further out going to the east, more towards Orlando, there's some options as well, with a few options to the south as well in this price point. But then looking at the $250,000 to $350,000 price point, there's quite a few more options, and they're a little bit more spread throughout Clermont and just more dense options everywhere. Especially more on the south side, there's some more options, and up in the northeast of Clermont, there's just some more options as well. So a bit more options you can expect at that price point. And then even more options when you go up to $350,000 to $500,000. There's really dense options throughout the entirety of Clermont. So at that price point, you're gonna have a lot more abundance of options and a lot more options for different areas as well, all throughout the entirety of Clermont. And then for the $500,000 to $1 million price point range, you still have a lot of options throughout the entirety of Clermont. There are a few patches through Clermont where there's not as many options, but still quite a few options throughout the entirety of Clermont. There actually was more options in the $350,000 to $500,000 price range than in this price range, but still a lot of options in this price range. And then if you're looking for homes over $1 million, it then thins back out. There's not as many options in that price point, but there's definitely a few pockets where there are some homes for sale in Clermont that are over $1 million up in the northeast, out to the west, and then some different options spread throughout as well. But those are what's for sale right now, just to give a quick idea of what's for sale right now in Clermont, Florida, and what you can expect just on a broad picture look really quickly. I can't break down exactly what is for sale, but if you'd like to take a closer look either in Clermont or somewhere else of what's for sale, I'd be happy to go over that with you, and also to help you find what you might be looking for in Central Florida. And also, if you're looking to buy a home in Central Florida, I have information linked below the video. That's all I have for this video, and now watch the market report for Clermont, Florida on the screen now.